Have you ever wondered how a PowerPoint presentation is going to look like in the year 2099? Well, look no further because I believe it's going to look like this. Welcome guys to PowerPoint 2099, a series where I make futuristic style PowerPoint presentations. And in this tutorial, we're going to be creating this dynamic 3D infographic. Lots of tips and tricks to be learned in this video. So guys, stick around and let's get into it. I'm using Microsoft 365, and to the right you can see the custom slide size for this presentation. Here you can see some of the presentation details. Kindly support the channel by liking this video, click on the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any more of this amazing content. Here we can see some of my favorite PowerPoint shortcuts. I'm using Microsoft Windows. We can also see the PowerPoint shortcuts for Mac. Alright, let's start the video. Step 1, let's create slide grids. So let's insert a rectangle. Let's rotate to the right. Let's align center, align to the top. Now let's duplicate. Let's align this right below the first rectangle. Let's ensure it's perfectly aligned. That looks good. So let's duplicate. So basically we're trying to create a square grid 25 by 25. Okay, so let's select all 25 rectangles. Let's group. And let's drag to fit the slide. That looks good. So let's remove the fill. Let's duplicate. Let's rotate to the right. Now we have two sets of rectangles. Let's select them. Let's align together, align to the left, then align to the top. And let's group again. Let's just open up the selection pane to see that the objects are grouped. You can lock to keep in position. Now let's create some 3D objects. Alright, let's zoom in. I believe using this square grid is one of the easiest ways to create geometric shapes in PowerPoint. So let's select the freeform shape tool, click on the start position, click, drag, click, drag, click, drag, click, drag to the end position. Okay, now let's duplicate the shape. Let's flip horizontally. Now let's align together. Ensure that the objects are aligned properly. Okay. Now let's just scroll up just to give some space. Now let's create the top part of the object. Click on the shape tool again. Click on the start position. Drag. Click, drag. Click, drag. Click and drag to the end position. Okay, so we've created the bottom part of the object. Let's create the second object. Let's click on the start position. Drag. Click, drag. Click and drag to the end position. Now we can duplicate this and flip it horizontally. Now let's align to the other shape. Let's ensure it's perfectly aligned. Okay. Now let's scroll up. Let's create the top part of the object. Click on the shape tool again. Click on the start position. Drag. Click. Drag. click, drag, click, and drag to the end position. Alright. So we've created the two objects. Now let's group them. Let's group the first one. We can group the second one. Okay. So for now we can align them together. Let's select both objects and let's align to the center. Just drag it down a little bit. Okay. That looks good. Now let's create the slide layout. For that we need to enter slide master view. Let's just type slide master in the search tab till it pops up. Let's click on it. So we're trying to create this. This is a picture with a blurred background. So let's duplicate the blank layout. Let's delete all objects. Let's copy the picture. You can download this exact picture at pexels.com. So we want to create the blurred background. Let's format the picture. Let's go to artistic effects. Let's click on blur. Let's increase the radius to 100. Now let's copy it. Now we can reset the picture. Alright, let's just drag this picture down a little bit. And let's format the background. Let's insert the picture fill. Now let's select the clipboard. As you can see, the blurred background is there. So let's align to the center and align to the middle. Okay, now we can close slide master view. Let's just minimize this, insert a new slide, drag it to the top, drag this, change the layout to the new layout we created. Now let's copy the object. Let's paste it here. Okay, let's increase it a little bit. Okay. Now let's align. Just put this right on top. Let's increase this a little bit. Let's align together. You can group this and align it to the middle to ensure it's properly aligned to the slide. Okay, ungroup. Okay. Now let's format the objects. Let's insert a slide background fill. Let's increase the transparency of the line. Change it to a white outline. Let's insert an inner shadow. Make this 50, make this 20. Let's change the color to white. Now we can just copy formatting with the format painter and paste the other objects. Okay. Now let's ensure it's a slide background fill. So let's ensure it's a slide background fill. Okay. 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 Let's format the top object. Let's insert a gradient fill. We can delete this. Let's change the colors. Let's change this to white. Let's change the color of this too. If you want these exact color codes, you can check the presentation details at the start of the video. Obviously, you can also use your own colors. Okay. Let's change the outline color to match. Okay, that's good. Let's just scroll up and let's insert a shadow. Let's change these values. Let's change the direction. Okay, that looks good. Now we can copy formatting by clicking on the format painter. Let's double click on this, select this object, we can escape. Now we can change the direction of this. I'll just change the angle to 0 degrees. Okay. Same thing with the top part. Just change this to 0 degrees. And that looks good. Okay. Now let's group the objects. Let's duplicate. And let's just drag it out. Okay. Let's duplicate. Okay. Now we can change the colors. I'm going to use my exact color code. Just check the presentation details at the start of the video. Let's just change colors. Okay, let's scroll up and change the color of the shadow. Okay, now you can copy formatting with the format painter. Just click on it. Okay. Now we can change the angles. And let's select one at a time. Okay. Let's change it to 0 degrees. Change it to 0 degrees. Now we can repeat the same process for the other objects. I'm just going to fast forward this just to save time. Okay, so that looks good. Now let's open up the selection pane and let's rename the objects. Let's call this 1. Let's call this 2. 3 and 4. Okay. Now let's align. Let's just drag this down. Let's drag this down too. Let's drag this to the bottom. Okay. Now let's select all objects. Let's align to the left. Let's distribute vertically. Okay, so it's properly aligned. Now let's create text boxes. So to create text box, I'm just going to use for my previous presentation. Let's just copy this. Select, let's copy. Let's insert a new slide. Let's paste it here. So let's create this text box. So let's insert a text box. Let's change the fonts to Futura Condensed BQ. All these fonts are free. You can download them at various font sites. Okay. Let's duplicate. Let's select both text boxes. Let's align to the center and align to the middle. Then you can click on Union. Okay. Now for the color, we can just copy the formatting on this object. Click on the painter and click on the shape. So let's just copy this. Let's just drag it to the middle. You can see the details. Let's align to the center and align to the middle. Okay. Let's copy this too. You can see the details of the text. Let's align to the middle. Okay. Let's insert this shape. You can just use these dimensions. You can copy formatting from this, paste it here. Let's change the direction. Okay. Let's adjust this. And we can change the formatting of the text. Okay. And you can just align this to the center. Select all, then group. Open on the selection pane. We can rename this Textbox 1. As you can see, that's how to create a text box. So let's just delete this. So let's select all the text box and copy. Let's paste it here. Now let's align. Let's just drag it out. Looks good. Let's drag this down. Let's ensure this is aligned to the middle. Okay. Let's drag this down. Let's drag this down. I select all text boxes. Let's align to the left. Let's distribute vertically. Okay. Now let's insert a shape or a rectangle to use as a guide. You can change the color to red so it's visible. Just adjust the width. Send it to the back. Let's duplicate. Send to the back. Adjust the width, adjust the length. Okay, so we're going to use these rectangles as guides for alignment. Let's duplicate. Let's select all objects. Now let's drag to the top of the rectangle. Show it at the top. Okay. Let's select all text boxes. Now let's drag to the top of the rectangle. Okay. Yes. Let's duplicate. Let's repeat the same process. Let's select all. Let's hold shift and drag. Okay. Select all the text boxes. Hold shift and drag. Let's duplicate again. Select all the objects. Drag to the top of the rectangle. Select the text boxes and drag to the top. Okay. So now we can delete the rectangle guides. Just delete them. Okay. Now we can link this object. Let's just press Ctrl K. You can link it to a website. You can link it to places in this document. You can link it to your email address. For this presentation, I'm just going to link it to a place in this document. Link it to this blank slide for additional content. Just link it here. Let's do the same for the other objects. Just link it to slide 8. Link it to slide 8. Okay. Now let's add morph transition. So let's select all slides. Let's click on morph transition. Let's reduce the duration to 1.4. Let's check it out. So you can see the power of morph transition. That's great. So now we need to create marks to hide these objects. So we need a marks down here to hide these objects. So let's duplicate. Let's select these objects, select them. Let's click on union. You can change the fill to red. Let's insert a rectangle with the same width. Let's align it together. Let's ensure they are the same width. Just adjust this. Okay. Then you can select, then union. Don't bother about this. Let's insert another rectangle. You can just change this to red for now. Let's send it to the back. Okay. Let's ensure it's aligned. Okay. Now you can select the other shape, then click on subtract. So this is basically our object marks. So let's copy the same background picture. Let's copy this. Let's insert a picture fill to mask these objects. Click on clipboard. Now let's crop to fill. And let's adjust and scale properly. Okay, that looks good. As you can see, let's remove the border. It's like the object is not even there. So scroll down. You can rename this object marks. Let's copy this. Okay. Let's paste it here. You can see. So you can select this object. Sorry, undo. Okay. Bring them to the front. Okay. And you can send this to the back. So let's copy the object marks, paste. Let's bring this to the front. Send to the back. So let's check it out. As you can see, it's like it's coming from inside the bottom object. So just to create that illusion. So you can copy this and paste to the other slides. Let's repeat the same process. Let's bring this to the front. Let's send this to the back. That's good. That's the back. Same thing, let's paste it here. Let's send to the back. Bring this to the front. Okay. Now let's create another marks, bottom and top marks. So let's insert a rectangle. Let's align. Let's copy the picture again. Insert a picture fill. Select clipboard. And let's crop to fill. Now let's adjust. Okay. Let's remove the border, no outline. So you can check it out, see if it's good. Let's mask it properly. You can just adjust it again. I think that should be good. So let's check it out. You can see it's good. So let's duplicate this. Let's give it a border so we can see. Let's align it to the top. Let's crop to fill. Let's adjust. I believe that's good. Can remove the border now. Okay. Yeah. So all objects are masked. You can rename the objects. You can name this top marks. Let's rename this bottom mask. Let's copy. Let's paste to the other slides. We can delete this slide. We no longer need it. So let's check it out. Oh, that looks good. So let's add some slide overlays. Let's add some overlays, some text overlays. So I'm just going to copy this. You can add your own. So select and copy. Let's paste it here just to give the slide a little bit more detail. Now let's add animations. Let's add a subtle motion path animation to this object. Let's add the motion path animation. Okay. Let's adjust the motion length, hold shift and drag. Just to make it a subtle motion, let's drag, hold shift, drag. Yeah, that's a subtle motion. Open the animation pane. You can change the duration. Okay, start with previous. Open up the effect options. Click on auto reverse. Then repeat until end of slide. So we have this subtle motion. Now you can select the objects, double click on animation painter so you can paste the animations to the other objects. All right. Let's check it out. As you can see, subtle motion. Kind of makes it seamless. So guys, that's how you create PowerPoint presentations from the year 2099. If you reach this point in the video, kindly say hi in the comments. If you'd like to download this template, the link is in the description. Kindly support this channel by liking this video, subscribing, turning on post notifications so you don't miss any amazing content. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.